Welcome to Weekly MTG. I'm your host, Blake Rasmussen, and normally this is where I say we have a very special show today. And you know what? We've had a lot of special shows today lately. A lot of special shows today lately. I'm going with that. And I'm exhausted. And so we're going to do the fun thing, and we're going to open some products. So I have some Unfinity product. It actually came out last week. We don't usually do unboxings after a product's come out, but Unfinity is really cool. We haven't had the chance to do that, to just sit down and chat, you, me, open some product, look at some cool cards. I'm very into the foils in this set, so I'm excited to open this, and we're just going to hang out and do that most of this. Now, before we get to that, I do have some news to share. Three things. We're going to talk October Super Drop, and we are going to talk just a tiny update on OP, and then we'll cover the BNR announcement that happened this week, of course, as well. So let's kick things off by talking about the October Super Drop, because this is a big one. So there are a couple bundles. We're going to talk about all the individual pieces of these bundles, but the two big ones are the Post Malone bundle for $108.99, and then the Warhammer bundle for $168.99. A lot of that price difference right there is because the Post Malone bundle contains 4 different bundles total. There's a traditional foil and a non-foil version of both the Backstage Pass and the lands from the Post Malone drop. On the Warhammer side, there are 6 total drops in that bundle. Again, foil and non-foil versions of the Orcs, Age of Sigmar, and Blood Bowl. We're going to look at each of those drops. Let's start by looking at the, oh yeah, that's right. There's more. This is, like I said, huge October Super Drop. We are going to start off with the big foil bundle. Contains so many things. This one is going to contain all 8 foil drops, is the big foil bundle. So that includes everything that is not Warhammer and not Post Malone. We're again going to go through all of those. The big non-foil bundle is going to be same bundle, but in non-foil. So let's keep going. Let's look at some of these bundles individually. So this is the bundle with art by Jack Hughes, who you may not be familiar with, featuring Azami Lady of Scrolls, Liliana of the Dark Realms, Reflector Mage, and Adaptive Automaton. And you may be looking at that Reflector Mage saying, why does that have a legendary symbol? Jack Hughes himself answered that on Twitter and said, because it is a self-portrait and I am legendary. So the foil version, $39.99. Non-foil version, $29.99, plus that sweet Jack Hughes art and Twitter sass. Next up, so this is the Backstage Pass drop from Post Malone. So these are Post Malone skinned versions. He picked these himself of Kyrix, son of Yawgmoth, Bolas's Citadel, Jet Medallion, and Leshrak's Sigil, also known as Post's Sigil. Foil version is $39.99. Non-foil, $29.99. And then the next one, the lands. These have art by various artists and Post Malone. Diddle doodle on each one of them. Foil version is $39.99. Non-foil version is $29.99. Next up. So these are the Orcs Secret Layers for Warhammer 40,000. There's 5 cards in each. Foil version, $39.99 and $29.99. Next up. The Age of Sigmar. Some more cards to go with the very popular Warhammer Commander decks. Same foil, non-foil pricing. And then we have the Blood Bowl drop, featuring cards like Perfect Defense, standing in for Defense of the Heart, as well as the Ball and Touchdown. All right, next up. So this is special guest Junji Ito. we did something cool with these. Again, there's the foil, non-foil. You've got some sweet cards with Thoughtseize, Doomsday, Carrion Feeder, and Plaguecrafter, all featuring art from Junji Ito. But you can get these in both English and Japanese. So if you enjoy collecting the Japanese versions of cards with art from a Japanese artist. We have another artist series with special guest Yoji Shinkawa, featuring Tezzeret the Seeker, Solemn Simulacrum, Skull Clamp, and Phyrexian Metamorph. And you may recognize this art style from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. So again, these are going to come in both English, and there is also a Japanese option. And then we've got the weirdest pets in the multiverse, which is a funny way of saying these are a bunch of cool creatures that look weird, I guess. But they are featuring some of the most beloved creatures in the game. We've got some Beast Whisper, some Lab Maniac, Stitcher Supplier, Vizier of the Menagerie, and Wood Elves. Again, foil and non-foil. And then, so we're talking Unfinity Day, might as well get some space-themed secret layers in here. So the Space Beyond the Stars. Who doesn't love playing against Stasis? Imprisoned in the Moon, Prismatic Omen, and Wheel of Sun and Moon in this drop. And finally, yeah, totally spaced out Galaxy Foil. So the Galaxy foiling in Unfinity is an Unfinity foiling, and it is amazing. We're going to look at some of it today if you haven't already seen it, but these cards are going to be gorgeous with that Galaxy foiling, and it's Strip Mine, Ash Barrens, Fabled Passage, and Command Beacon. For more information on all of these drops, and of course to order when they go on sale, head to secretlayer.wizards.com. Now we have two other bits of news before we move on to opening all the pretty things. The first is, if you missed it earlier this week, we had a BNR announcement that banned two cards, one in Standard, one in Modern. The Meat Hook Massacre was banned in Standard to try to take a bite out of black being absolutely everywhere. So the Meat Hook Massacre has been banned in Standard, still available in all other formats. And then in Modern, Yorion Sky Nomad. It felt like it was only a matter of time. And now the Bird Serpent flies no more in Modern. I'm sure we won't be seeing the last of Yorion Sky Nomad. Finally, just a small update on the organized play side. So back a few months ago, earlier in the spring, when we announced the return of the Pro Tour, very exciting, we announced that the first Pro Tour and the surrounding events and festival-like atmosphere would be taking place in Charlotte. We have made the decision to move that to Philadelphia, which I am a huge fan of. We needed more space is actually what it turned out the reason was, but for me personally, I'm just excited to go back to a place with reading terminal market. Philadelphia used to be an old favorite of mine when I was on the tournament coverage circuit, and every time we went to Philadelphia, I ate a ton of food in Reading Terminal Market, but I also love the city of Philadelphia. I'm excited we're going back there. There are going to be more details on that first Pro Tour and all of the surrounding events as we get closer to November to talk about MagicCon in Philadelphia. All right. Now, let's open some Unfinity. I am gonna have chat up, and I'll answer some questions as I'm able to about various things. I'm gonna try to keep the focus on Unfinity, but you know, as it always goes with these streams, if you have other questions, feel free to put them in there, and we'll chat about it. Let's see. Can we get an official update on the Heads I Win, Tails You Lose Secret Lair? I do not have an official announcement. When I do have an official announcement, we will share it. I know I was talking to Gavin about it the other day too, because it matters to him as well. So first of all, each of these boxes is going to come with a box topper. The box topper is a traditional foil dual land with the space art styling and borderless. So, in this case, I got a Godless Shrine. These are gorgeous, and every box is going to come with one of these. There is a chance to get them in the land slot of collector boosters, but you're always going to get one as a box topper. Confirmed that the PT moved to Philadelphia proper. Yeah, I don't have the exact location, like the venue for that, but it will be in the city of Philadelphia. Can anyone come to visit the Pro Tour in Philly? Yeah, so the Pro Tour is actually going to be, we're going to have more details on exactly what it looks like. But the Pro Tour is not going to be like it was in the past, where it was an isolated event and that was the only thing happening. The Pro Tour will have essentially a Magic convention all around it. So yes, not only can anyone come, anyone who can should come. It's going to be super fun. So that's when we talked about having, so Magic 30 is our big like birthday year kickoff party. But when we talked about having parties throughout the year, that's where those are going to be. So Philadelphia is going to be our next one. All right. When is this Pro Tour? It's in early 2023. We have not fully announced the date yet. All right, so the get these so you can actually see them under my face. All right, so the way these go, there is a foil in the back, foil double-sided token. The art on these is great. Gotta love a clown robot. I'll just put that over there. All right, so it starts off with 4 foil commons. And then we move on to 2 foil uncommons. And then the next card is going to be an attraction. It's going to be foil attraction. Followed by a foil rare or a traditional foil rare or mythic. I got so into my pattern I almost said traditional foil rare or mythic from the main set. There's only one set of cards here. It needs a little more straightforward. So we got a Devil K Neville here. And then, so we were talking about the Galaxy foil. So then you get 2 Galaxy foils. The first one is going to be a common or uncommon. Here we got Ride Guide. Regular Magic sets don't do enough rhyming names. And then you're going to get a rare or mythic with that foiling. The Galaxy foil. Fluoros of Mirrors Marbles. All right, and then you will get a showcase. So the showcase cards in this set are all legendary. It will be foil. It will be either Galaxy, as this one is. Look at that sparkle. Or it can be traditional foil. But it will be the alternate art, alternate frame, legendary treatment. Then you're going to get a traditional foil unset reprint. And then you're going to get what I always call the pretty slot. So it is Galaxy or traditional foil, showcase or borderless, rare or mythic. So it is a rare or mythic with all the possibilities of all the upgrades. Claire de Lune, Joy, Sculptor. And then my favorite part, the lands. Each booster is going to contain 2 of the Spacek lands. The first one is going to be in traditional foil. And the second one is going to be in that Galaxy foil. Yeah, you can just see how it sparkles as it hits the light in different ways. Yeah, it's really cool. These are, I love the basic lands we've been doing lately. I was head over heels for the Neon Dynasty lands. I don't know, it seems like every set we top ourselves, and these are amazing. So, all right, next pack. We got some foils. I'll move these so we can actually see them. There we go. All right, some common foils, uncommon foils. Squirrel stack, traction. Stack some squirrels. Can those lands be shocks? Yes. It is a smaller percentage. It is, so I'll read straight from the article so I'm not getting anything wrong. The Galaxy Full Foil Art Spacek land, this one, has a chance to be replaced by a Galaxy Foil Borderless Shockland in 4% of boosters. The traditional can be replaced by a traditional foil Borderless Shockland in 4% of boosters. So they're not super common, but they can be, and they will always replace the same foiling. All right, so more of the Galaxy Foil. Here's Prize Wall. Followed by Lifetime Pass Holder. And then we got Ambassador Blorpity Blorb Boop. So you'll notice this one is not a Galaxy Foil, so that's this slot here. It is going to be the legendary showcase frame, but it will not necessarily be Galaxy Foil. Here is the reprint. Everything in Majig, followed by the fancy. So we got a Galaxy Foil Meet and Greet Sisay. And then followed by the lands. Will all of the Secret Lair stuff be up on the site soon or daily MTG? I would check secretlair.wizards.com for when that information goes up. And then look at that. So this is actually a good opportunity to see the same land side by side, the differences. I mean, even the traditional foils are gorgeous as well. But yeah, that extra sparkle in the Galaxy is just, it's so cool and it's so unlike anything we've done before. All right, let's just keep going. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. There you go. It's going to get a little, the camera's auto-focusing, so it's going to get a little weird as I'm going to put these out here. I'm going to do one more pack, and then I'm going to shove these to the side so that we can get this camera not going crazy with autofocus. All right. We got teddy bear token. Did see something funny the other day that someone noted that because teddy bear was named after President Theodore Roosevelt, then canonically Theodore Roosevelt must exist in the Magic multiverse and must have been a significant enough individual to get a teddy bear named after him. Or it's possible teddy bear's named after something else in the Magic universe. We got some Pick-a-Beeble for the attraction. These are collector boosters. We are going to open draft boosters as well. More of the Galaxy foils. Goblin Cruciverbalist. Oh, here another opportunity to show Galaxy foil and regular foil side by side. Again, this is in the same slot in these boosters. Yeah, I really love that Galaxy foil. Gone as luck would have it. It is fun opening these. I opened a test box last night and brought back a lot of memories, actually. Got a couple Evil Spawn cards. Okay, so this is the fancy slot. We got a traditional foil rare in the alternate frame. And here we go. we did the 4%er here. So yeah, this is, you can absolutely open the Shocklands in this slot. So this is replacing the traditional foil. So this is a Steam Vents. That is going into my Canadian Highlander deck. And then, oh, look at that. This will probably go with it. Galaxy Foil Island. I do actually like the other island art slightly better, but that is definitely not a slight on that one. That is just preference. Are we going to see the new green meld card for Brothers War today? We are not. We're not doing any Brothers War content today. The next place that you will see Brothers War content is on the debut on the 27th. Squirrel. Treasure. Squirrel. All right. Can you get a Galaxy Foil attraction? I don't believe so. Yes, it is 4% to get the Shocklands. It's 4% to get the Shocklands in a collector booster slot. So it's 4% for each slot. So it's, you know, a little more than 4%. I'm not a math scientist, but and then also every box comes with one. So you're 100% to get one, barring any sort of printer error. If you buy a box. Form of Approach of the Second of the Sun. Of the Second Sun. It's no Form of the Muldrifter, but we'll take it. Galaxy Foil Trapeze Artist. And Galaxy Foil Tchotchke Elemental. Yeah, it's not, I don't know that it works out to 8%, but could be. Booster math is always, it's something I leave to other people in the company whose job it is. I just ask them to tell me what it is, and they do that. B-I-N-G-O. That card is disturbing. Oh, the Most Dangerous Gamer. Actually, this is probably my favorite card from the set. It's actually a really solid mid-range card. Real solid. All right. We got foil planes. And then, ooh, the Galaxy Foil Mountain. And note that there are two versions of each Spacek land, one orbital and one on the planet. Planetary, thank you. Words failed me. All right, I'm gonna move these for a sec, not for a sec, for the rest of the show, and because it'll help with the autofocus, I'm told. Again, by people who know more about these things than me. Those people being producer Sean. All right, move these. I'll leave the pretty lands up so that we can continue to see those. All right. No update on the Netflix series that I have now. Yeah, the Rangeling land is super cool. The treasure is Employee of the Month. Also the friends we made along the way. And then, ooh, probably not Employee of the Month, but maybe. It works really hard. Zombie Employee. All right, foil commons. Those are there. Foil uncommons. Foil attraction. Came from Planet Blurg. Galaxy foil. Ooh, a Vorthos. Vorthos in the Galaxy foil. That's really cool. Patriot Crafter of Clowns. Hello, Alexander Clamilton. Then we got a forest. And a mountain. There's something about Vorthos and Spike and Jimmy combo player that just sort of transcends the unsets. I know they're all in unsets, but it's just so cool. Look at that, the Stib's coming into chat. He's posting the link to the article that I'm pulling my numbers from. So if you want to go straight to the source, put me on mute and just read some words. I'm not that interesting anyway. Gray Merchant of Alphabet. That's a fun one. Log Flume. I really like the Zertan foil too. Looks gorgeous. Jump in a log. And then reminder text. Reminder, this slot is always a rare. And then we come to an uncommon or a common in the Galaxy foil. Wee Champion. Hey, it's a Minotaur. Wonder where this ranks on the Minotaur scale. And then main event horizon. DK, Finder of the Lost. Insight. Ignacio of Mirror's Marvels. This is in the alternate art traditional foil. And this is probably my favorite art out of all of the Spacek lands. I know I'm an Island Homer, but Island Homer. But yeah, the art on this is amazing. And Adam Paquette did all of these, so you can pick whichever one's your favorite, and it won't offend him at all because they're all of his. Another forest. All right, what time is it? 3. I want to make sure we do draft boosters as well. So let's get through this. Oh, Stibs, you joker. Cat. All right. Get through the commons, uncommons. Another attraction. Knife and Death. More Galaxy foils. Then we got a Galaxy foil, alternate Monoxa Midway. Ooh, an Infinity Elemental. It's an Infinity 5. Infinite Cosmic Power. Itty bitty living space. Agar of the Magic Strings. Make him dance. All right. And then we've got a mountain, the traditional foil. The pre-release for Infinity happened last weekend. Now, if I know stores are running Infinity events all the time, but yeah, check with your local game store to see when they're running Infinity events. If you are going to Las Vegas, there is a massive event with Mark Rosewater doing Infinity, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to be at it because I have to do other work style things, But I am going to be at Magic 30, which I'm super excited about. It's funny, I'm going to Magic 30, which is in Las Vegas. Just so happens that my 40th anniversary, God, I'm not that old. My 40th birthday is in November, and I'm going to Las Vegas for that too. I have not been to Las Vegas since before the pandemic, and I'm going to go twice in the course of a month. Trivia contest, and if you're into that sort of thing, note that that is Vorthos Steward of Myth, totally killing it at the trivia contest, because of course. Of course. Another Most Dangerous Gamer, which is great. Love that card. Monoxa Midway Manager in the Galaxy Foil. Ooh, Exchange of Words in the Galaxy Foil. Stibs, I will replace the traditional foil that I set aside for you with the Galaxy Foil. So when you replace it, you can just have both. Tuscan Whiskers. Surgeon Commander. Wombat Bat Chameleon. Katarina of Mira's Marbles. And then this is the only island art we've gotten so far. Oh, just doubling up on it. Love it. I need many of these, so I'm not complaining. Not complaining even a little bit. The Junji Ito Secret Lair is real, and I don't have my calendar in front of me to say when you can throw money at it. It's coming up in, it's the October Super Drop. I can pull up that date. Let me finish with these. Because if you want to throw your money at a Junji Ito Secret Lair, I would like to help you. Because he's amazing. Junji Ito, yeah. Yeah, if you joined late, there's a Junji Ito Secret Lair in both English and Japanese. Oh, hey, it's an alternate Vorthos, Steward of Myth. I like this art. I feel more attachment to this one simply because it's in the same style as the other ones in the cycle. I like my consistency. I really enjoyed this slot too, the Unfinity reprints. It was actually pretty, there it is. Yeah, that's the gold standard for Blake. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, I was saying I really enjoyed that slot. Like in some of my test packs, I opened up a Richard Garfield PhD, which I had never owned, which was super cool. There are issues with the acorn symbol and the regular symbol. How will you address it? I've seen 2 Reddit threads. However, we do not believe there is a widespread problem. So I don't think that there is a widespread issue. Now, individualized issues, if you have them or spot them, you can certainly contact customer service. Popper cars. You know, I'm sure one day the psychographics, I mean, I shouldn't say sure, but I would be willing to bet that the psychographics will one day get their own secret lair. Space Family Goblinson, one of the first cards we previewed. Pippa, Duchess of Dice. Alternate Galaxy Foil Captain Rex Nebula. We've got a mountain, a galaxy foil swamp. All right, 2 more of these, and then we'll move on to draft boosters. Probably for the rest of the time, but we'll see. We will see. We'll talk more details about the Brothers War slot. So the link that Stibbs posted earlier in chat, if you aren't familiar with these style of articles, they are super useful. They are often called like collecting X set. So Unfinity is, you know, we have a little fun with Unfinity, so this one says everything you need to know about Unfinity, and of course, Stibbs can, of course, change the titles as he sees fit. I'm saying this, and he's like, we're changing the titles, Blake, stop talking. I don't know. But they have been in the past called, like, collecting whatever set. They have handy-dandy graphics in them that lay out what's in each booster. They talk about the odds, so that is a long way of saying when you're asking about Brothers War collector boxes and what exactly is in all that, look for all of that information coming on the 27th once we get into that set. I don't know why there was a sound effect to go with those uncommons, but it happened. Urza's Funhouse. More Urza's lands. I don't have anything to announce about the Foglio Secret Lair. I did see your question. Sorry, and I just don't have any information on that. Not publicly available. Are there expectations for Infinity Eternal Legal cards to be coming to Magic Online? So I do not know. So as you may have seen, you know, actually was a bit of news we announced this week as well. The official handoff for Magic the Gathering Online has been made to Daybreak. So Daybreak now manages Magic the Gathering Online, which includes when cards are coming to the set. Now, I will say, in the past, how we've handled these things, when there have been supplementary sets that are not as a whole going on Magic Online, this set as a whole will not be coming on Magic Online. What Magic Online usually has done in the past, again, this is in the past, is they have seen when cards have broken out in the real world metagame, and then they've found ways to get those into the program. So I am not aware of any specific plans to bring the legal cards to Magic Online, but if and when some do break out, oh, I have one more collector booster, then they certainly have that lever that they can pull. I don't believe you're turning 40 in November. You look in your early 30s. Thank you. Appreciate that. I attribute that to absolutely nothing. Luck and good genetics, I guess. My children will age me quickly, though. Roller coaster. When is White Plume Adventure being programmed into Midgard? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Daybreak is managing that now. That's not a deflection. Had we been managing that still, I also probably wouldn't know the answer off the top of my head. I'd be able to find it. I know who to ask. But live on air, I do not know the answer. Are the contents of the October Super Drop being announced tomorrow? Oh, we actually showed them at the beginning of the show. So the reason we showed them at the beginning of the show was that some of them started arriving in the hands of influencers last week, so we showed them off. Look at that. And then token. Okay. All right, let's do some draft boosters. Draft boosters. We'll do some pack one pick ones here, but I would say don't listen to my advice in drafting Unfinity sets. Unfinity sets are meant to be fun. Draft what's fun. Draft what's fun. I mean, you can do that with any set actually, but I don't think the goal with Unfinity is necessarily to win all the times. Oh, hey Shivam. Yeah, the Galaxy foils are they're unreal. I'm just shocked how we constantly one-up ourselves. All right. Box topper. Again, see the box topper comes with draft sets as well. The Hasbro Pulse Lil Walker set is still available. I don't believe that's true. It might still be on the Pulse website, but I don't believe you can order it. All right, let's see what I got here. Oh, we're doubling up on Steam vents today, which is great. I have multiple blue and red Canadian Highlander decks. All right, so draft boosters. We will talk about the contents of a draft booster. So, of note, Unfinity only has collector and draft boosters. So there are not set boosters for Unfinity like we do with other releases. The box topper's foil. Box topper's traditional foil, it is not Galaxy foil. So the only way to get Galaxy foil lands is to open them in the collector boosters. They're pretty hard to find. All right, so contents of a draft booster. Start out with the commons. There are 7 commons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. Let's see. Traditional foil card of any rarity replaces a common. Okay, so I was like, there's only 6 here. Looks like we have a traditional foil in this pack. All right, then we come to 3 uncommons. 2, 3. Rare or mythic rare. Apparently a full art Sacred Foundry. Again, this is in approximately 4% of boosters. This is the first draft booster we opened. 4%. We're running hot on this show. This is not foil, by the way. So the box topper's all foil, non-foil. All right, running strong there. Okay, next up, so no full arts basic land there. Instead, we get 2 attractions, including a rare attraction. It's not always a rare attraction. The 2 attractions are attractions of any rarity. Here's that foil that we got when I had the moment of panic and only opened 6 commons. And then token and sticker card. All right, pack one, pick one. Well, okay, yeah, sure. The shock is. I mean, we'll take the shock out of the conversation. Man, the caricaturist looks pretty good. I think you could definitely plan around that and have like a sketch in your head beforehand, ready to go. You know, Resolute Vegisaur might be good if you want to kick things off with some die rolling. If you're into die rolling, it's single colored as well. There's also Ticket Turbo Tunes. If you're really into drafting attractions, you might get something that gets you tickets on the regular. Or you could start off with some attractions. you do have to draft the attractions. And we do have a rare attraction in here. Let's see, what does Memory Test do? Memory Test enters the battlefield. Target opponent exiles cards from the bottom of their library until they exile 5 non-land cards. Visit, name the exiled card face down, or name the exiled face down cards, then look at them. If you name them correctly, turn them face up, then claim the prize. Prize, create 3 1/1 red balloon creature tokens with flying, then sacrifice Memory Test and open an attraction. Probably go with something a little more consistent for first pick. So I would pick the Caricaturist. It's colorless. It keeps us open. It's a pretty powerful effect. Are there any plans to print more sticker cards in the future when these get worn out? Not that I am aware of. Will the Secret Lair website be updated about information on the October drop today? I think it's actually Monday. I don't have that in front of me though. I'm sure someone is frantically letting me know on Teams right now, so I can find that out. Let's keep going. No, they're not. Nobody's pinging me. Yeah, I figured it's pretty easy to get most of those abilities on the sketch. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're still in common territory. Okay, no foils. Uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. Then we got Germain, Pride of the Circus. I think that's possible. So this is where we get the non-foil Basic Lands. Then we get 2 attractions. And these. Interestingly enough, when you're looking at the attractions, the common ones, though they have a less powerful visit mode, you hit them more often. So I would be inclined to start taking common ones just to make sure you get the effect more often. Now, that said, from this pack, I think I'd take Germain and start drafting Leg Tribal. Yeah. Legs matter, I guess is what we'd call it. Legs matter. Legs matter. Legs do matter. They go all the way to the floor. Food token is the average American meal. I wish that weren't true. All right. Let's do a little bit more of these. 5, 6, no foil. All right. Oh, but it's everybody's favorite blank goblin. I'll set that aside for you, Stibs. Urza's Funhouse. Swamp. Dart Throw, Supportorium. I mean, we first picked the Stormcrow token, right? That's got to be it. All right, first pick here. I mean, you could definitely pick Big Top. It wouldn't work very well for me. Yeah, I guess you'd have to look at what you're wearing. And 1 mana of any color that appears on your top. This is entirely gray. Not a great pick. Meanwhile, Urza's Funhouse is a land that already adds colorless mana. Now, in draft, this isn't going to do the second ability, but you can head to askurza.com and click Urza's Funhouse. That is an option. I'd probably do that. That seems fun, just to get to do that once. Paradise Lost is probably the pick if you want to get into dice rolling. There you go, Stibs. Urza's Funhouse is the pick if you just want to, you know, use your phone browser. Is the Advent Secret Lair, so the 30th anniversary countdown kit, which is super exciting and I think didn't probably get the attention it deserved, is not going live at the same time as the October Super Drop. It is going live on, I don't have that date in front of me, November 4th, I think. Let me pull this up. I have my calendar here. actually be November 1st. So the Secret Lair Countdown Kit, if you head to the article on Daily MTG, if Stibbs is listening to me or has me on mute, about all the 30th anniversary stuff. So on October 4th, we announced a ton of 30th anniversary stuff. A lot of the attention was on 30th anniversary edition, not wrongfully, but we announced a ton of cool stuff. Among those, the 30th anniversary countdown kit. In that article, that has the details on when that's going up. What is the elephant in the room? He says, knowing that it's probably not a good idea to say that ever. But go ahead. What is the elephant in the room? I'm never afraid to say, like, I can't talk about a thing, or I've got nothing. My whole job is elephants in rooms. We get them in a room, we talk it out, figure out what the elephant needs, go on with our day. Not always. Sometimes we have more meetings about it. Thanks, Real Peels. The Countdown Kit. Yeah, so that's where you'll get information about the Countdown Kit. The Countdown Kit's super cool. So if you aren't familiar, the Countdown Kit is 30 cards in a Secret Lair, all with various different Secret Lair styles. So we've got the Sharknado that's in the old monster movie poster kind of deal. We've got an Elspeth that's in the retro, old wording kind of Planeswalker frame. I didn't even do a pick on that. I was so distracted. And really cool. There's 30 cards in it. It's $150. And we only revealed 7 cards, and we're only going to use those 7 cards in our marketing, just so that people can be surprised if they want to be. Now, I've seen the full list, and the full list is fantastic. All 30 cards are just really strong, really cool. If you thought the 7 were cool, that's like the level that we're at for the whole thing. That a new haircut looking sharp? I did actually get a haircut today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Could you please tell us who illustrated the Space Beyond the Stars and the Weirdest Pets in the Multiverse Secret Lair? Sure. Producer Sean, can we put that back up? Space Beyond the Stars, Weirdest Pets in the Multiverse. And then we'll see. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it. Maybe Sean can just tell me. Yeah, producer Sean's just going to tell me. Oh, we got a foil pack. Alert, foil pack. Kind of want to pick Space Family Godwinson here, just because I like that card. Can you confirm that day 25 is Goblin Snowman and a special Santa foiling treatment? I will confirm it is not Goblin Snowman in a special foiling treatment. If it's not an advent calendar, why is it limited to make it in time for the holidays? Well, advent calendars count down to a specific thing. This is not counting down to that thing. It's also 30 days, which is not typical advent calendar time. It's countdown however you want to use it. We got 30 years of Magic, so we put in 30 cards, 1 for each year, with Secret Lair style. And you can count down to the new year. You don't even have to start opening on December 1st. You can open it on whatever days you want. Omar Rayan is Weirdest Pets. R-A-Y-Y-A-N. R-A-Y-Y-A-N. Space Beyond the Stars. Space Beyond the Stars. Producer Sean's looking that up. Rockstar. No foil in this pack. Brim's Barone, Mobway Master. Jeremy Sullivan is
Solomon.
Solomon. Solomon. Okay. Jeremy Solomon is weirdest pets in the multiverse. Jace looks like me. Generic white guy with brown hair. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Is Infinity Paper Eternal legal currently? Is there some sort of 1 week from release thing with that? No. There's no. Once cards are out on release day, they are legal. High Fantasy. Yeah, we opened a few shocks actually. We got the 2 box toppers. These were the box toppers, and then we 4%ed our way to another foil Steam Vents in the collector boosters and a non-foil Sacred Foundry in the regular draft boosters. Pretty exciting. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. Yeah, I mean, you want to hold the 30th anniversary Secret Lair countdown kit for your birthday? You do you. You do you. Count down to whatever you want. We just know people do a lot of countdowns around the holidays, so we figured we'd try to make sure that it was available for said holidays. Trivia contest. They're so excited. Clown robot. All right. Are there any plans to increase support for Hag and or Homera Tribal at any point in the near future? Not that I'm aware of. If I was aware of any plans, I also would not reveal them. But I will take that feedback back to people. Okay, have you heard about Unfinity Foil Acorn Circles not being correct on cards that are supposed to be legal in Legacy Vintage? So, this is, as far as I can tell, and we have looked into this, stemming from a couple Reddit threads that had a couple cards that were stamped differently. Now, whether those cards came out of the pack that way, we don't know. Those individuals did not contact customer service directly, which is how we would do our normal investigation. But we are aware of them. We saw them. As far as we can tell, that is not a widespread issue. None of what I've seen that we've opened here has had incorrect acorn symbols. We did what investigation we could. So typically, we can do investigations based on knowing where the packs came from, and we can walk back and trace everything. From random internet posts, we can't always do that, obviously. But we did look into it, and we don't think it's a widespread issue. Obviously, if people find things that they believe are correct, contact customer service. We can always get a replacement, etc., etc. Let's see. Yeah, it's helpful to have the code on the pack or the box. That is actually how we do our investigation into whether or not some sort of error is big or small, or what the reason is. Do the foil and non-foil big bundles come with the English and Japanese versions of the special grass drop? You know what, Producer Sean, why don't we go through the drops again? We've had a lot of questions about them. And since a lot of people are just learning about them now, I think this is a great time to do so. We'll just put them all back up, and we'll run through them real quick. All right, Post Malone, the Backstage Pass. So this is the Post Malone Backstage Pass, which is 1 drop, well, foil and non-foil drops. And then there's the lands. Look like that. So a lot of these started showing up on social media and in various places because they were sent out to influencers, which is where you may have seen them. You may not have seen, you know, it's possible that you've missed it, or we haven't had the official site go up, so that would be another reason you haven't seen it. But then we have 3 Warhammer drops. There's Orcs, Age of Sigmar, and Blood Bowl. And then If Looks Could Kill, art by Jack Hughes. And again, the Reflector Mage, I still love his response, because that's a self-portrait and I am legendary. That is straight from Jack Hughes' Twitter. All right, and then here's the folks talking about the Junji Ito drop. We've got Thoughtseize, Doomsday, which is huge, Carrion Feeder, and Plaguecrafter, all with amazing art. And these are both in English and Japanese. And then we have Yoji Shinkawa. Again, you may recognize this style from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Both foil, non-foil, and in English and Japanese. All artifact focused. This actually can help out my blue artifact deck. And then we have the weirdest pets in the multiverse, all with some weird looking pets. So Lab Maniac, Stitcher Supplier, Beast Whisperer, Vizier of the Menagerie, appropriately, and Wood Elves. And then the Space Beyond the Stars has Imprisoned in the Moon. I love that art too, where it shows kind of a stylized Emrakul who's imprisoned in the moon. I think that's an Emrakul. Could be something else, some other space creature. Anyway, stasis, etc., etc. And then the Totally Spaced Out Galaxy foil. So if you liked the look of the Galaxy foils that we were looking through on this show, this is the exact same foiling style on Strip Mine, Ash Barrens, Fabled Passage, and Command Beacon. All right, yeah, the question about why does Reflector Mage have a legendary crown? Jack Hughes said it himself. It is a self-portrait of Jack Hughes, and he is legendary. So fun little quirk on that one. Definitely check that out. All of those are going to be available on secretlair.wizards.com. That is my time. It is 3:30. So thank you for joining us. Next week, we are going to be back with a monthly announcement day where we have a bunch of cool stuff we're going to be showing off. But the big focus is going to be on Wizards' work with the charity Extra Life. So we're going to have a couple of guests on to talk about our work with Extra Life and everything that's coming up with that, including our Extra Life charity Secret Lair drop, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool this year. And yeah, we'll talk a lot about that. We'll announce some cool stuff, and we'll set the stage for Brothers War and Magic 30. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.